over the years, cinema has brought us an incredible array of dream sequences, from Brazil to David Lynch's almost entire filmography, to Eight and a Half, to Nightmare on Elm Street, Three Dream Warriors, Inception, Paprika. The list goes on. But I don't. I sometimes I feel like they work as cinematic dreams, but they're not. They're not my experience of dreaming. I don't know if you feel the same, but when I start falling to sleep, it's not. I don't sort of close my eyes, then wake up in another world, or close my eyes and go through a doorway, or go down a tube like Super Mario or something, and I'm suddenly in a different world with like mushrooms and other strange creatures, like a fully built world jumping around, stuff like that. That doesn't happen to me when I sort of fall asleep. I start to the world starts to sort of distort and twist, and everything becomes up, becomes down, and everything sort of contracts, and it just becomes really strange. And it can be quite terrifying, especially if you're falling asleep and you haven't planned to fall asleep, which happens a lot when you're getting into 40. So I'm told. But yeah, if I'm sitting, sometimes if I'm sitting in front of a TV and I'm watching something and I start drifting off, the dialogue, the people saying the words suddenly in my mind are changing. I start watching it in my own mind, and then the dialogue starts writing itself, and faces change, new worlds appear, and stuff like that. It just gets crazy. Everything collapses and folds over itself. And I don't think I have really. Maybe Paprika does that a bit, but I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a film yet where I've started experiencing it again as I'm watching it, and that's what happened when I started watching this film. Because I went in, I had no idea what it was. I can't remember where I found it. It was just on my watch later thing, so I thought, oh yeah, I'll give that a watch. It's fairly short, and it's just mad how perfectly it captures that. It's sort of the period between waking life and dreaming life. It seems to capture that perfectly, and takes you out there. And I don't know how they've done that and how they've made it coherent as well, even though it's mad. It never feels like it's just chopping, changing, and putting random stuff in, or just trying to be weird or trying to be creepy. Everything just flows perfectly. It's really hypnotic. I haven't felt that sort of entranced by something, I don't think, since maybe Dead Man, the Jim Jarmusch film, and La Ange, I think it's Patrick Bokanowski film. And that's a lot to do with the music, but that thing has repetition in it, and things jumping back and forth. This cup keeps falling off and coming back up, so it's that sort of disjoint your mind in the same way. And that and this film, Strummer's Gold, both have very very entrancing music as well. So there's something, but they've really tapped into something that I don't think has been done that well before, because it just seems so personal. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know if everyone's mind works like that. We'll find out. I don't know. There's always the link will be below. So if you give it a watch and tell us what you thought, and tell us if there are any dream films that you think were great. What your favorite dream sequence is, because there's probably loads that I haven't seen. I'd like to see more. I'd like to follow that, because it gets a bit boring sometimes just watching the sort of gritty kitchen sink things that I watch. I like a bit of variety. That's why this film, I think that's why Strummer's Gold excited me so much. So yeah, check it out if you've got the time. And don't forget to subscribe, like and share. There'll be another Indie Short Reviews next Wednesday, and every Wednesday until forever. Every Friday there's reviews on realism, and on Monday there's a lucky dip, so it could be anything. Hopefully it'll be good. So that's all for this week. Bye.